So, do you know that pregnancy flows through seasons? Pregnancy has a cycle to it, just like the natural cycle of the year, just like the menstrual cycle, just like the moon cycle. It's the life, death, rebirth cycle that we're always moving through, all of us, plants, humans, animals, the whole of the universe. So, preconception, if you're thinking about conceiving, and then the early start of your first trimester, can be seen like a winter time of the cycle. You often want to really nourish deeply. Think about mulching your garden, kind of like late autumn, early winter. So you cover over the soil to protect seeds and bulbs from heavy frost, to give it additional nourishment. You let everything look and seem very quiet, but there's an awful lot going on underground. Thinking energetically, you might also be doing a lot of visualizations, a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga postures that bring you inwards and don't overexpose you. And then we move through our first trimester. We might feel pretty crappy and definitely low energy. And as the placenta begins to take over a lot of the hormone production for pregnancy, we start to move into our second trimester. So this is more like late spring and early summer. So now we're starting to see the shoots. You literally can see growth of your belly, your breasts. You might notice that your hair gets a little thicker. And this is beginning to be really the growth time of pregnancy. So your appetite might increase. Hopefully you're sleeping well at this point. Hopefully any nausea or exhaustion that you've experienced around conception and through that first trimester is starting to fade away. You want to be more outward. You're ready to talk to more people about pregnancy. This is a great time to start going to pregnancy related classes, to start deciding what sort of birth experience you desire, to talk about birth and pregnancy, to share yourself. And so also physically, maybe you have more energy to run or walk, do rock climbing, whatever it is that you do that you love. And also in yoga, we might do things that are a little bit more expressive, that are opening our heart. And we're definitely really working on building that deeper connection between baby and your heart, and starting to really imagine what it's going to be like for our families when this baby arrives. So then we kind of move more into full bloom. So like late second trimester, the beginning of your third trimester, where you're really feeling pregnant now and you're really starting to get more and more excited. This is definitely a time that you want to be much more certain about where you're going. What kind of parent do I want to be? What kind of birth do I want to have? What do I want my early postpartum and my future life as a parent to look like and feel like? Definitely a time to call in all the support in preparation for the autumns and winters to come. So as we get through more into our third trimester, we might notice nesting instincts really increasing. So this is the autumn time of this whole cycle, a time that you want to kind of drop the leaves of the crap that you don't need. You might be really desiring to finish work and focus inwardly on your family, your home, your baby. We literally want to clear out cupboards. So many women will climb up to clear out kitchen cupboards at this point. And it's definitely also a time to say what you want to say. Don't leave things unsaid at this point. We don't want to carry any crap, any anxiety, any what ifs forwards into our winter time. So later in the third trimester, moving through the birth energy, through that portal, and then on into our fourth trimester of early postpartum. This is the winter time again of our cycle. So you can see that we're moving full cycle. So again, it's all about creating a bubble around you. Don't watch One Born every minute at this point. You become much more vulnerable. You need protecting from the frostiness. You need protecting from those endless texts. Is there a baby yet? You know, you need to keep nourishing yourself, but maybe it's more about easily digestible foods and hydration and massage and beautiful poetry and lovely music rather than like high energy and outward focused eating and socializing. Can you feel the difference of that? It's all nourishment and it's all coming at the right time. The late third trimester moving into the birth portal is such a precious time that we are in grave danger of losing in so many pregnancies. So again, this is a really key time to have your support team around you, protecting you from any suggestion of prodding or poking baby to come earlier than they need to. And then we move through the birth portal. I'm going to talk about that another time. And then we're into our fourth trimester, which is absolutely a deep winter time, a time to be resting, still, eating. And as we move through those roughly 8 to 12 weeks of the fourth trimester, as we move onwards, we're really thinking about building, nourishing, because again, this is the mulching time. This is the time that you're fertilizing your movement out of that winter time and into another spring. And this next springtime is maybe like one of the biggest shifts in your life, because this re-emergence is you coming out as a parent, as mother to this new baby. So if you want to know and understand a bit more about how we move through these seasonal cycles in pregnancy, you can work with me directly. You can work with me in an in-person class. And I also have an online course that takes you through this season's touching on the natural elements that you can work with, emphasize and connect with all the way through